Ooh, bucket truck. Yeah.
Congrats, man.
Thanks.
Like we were chatting before we came out. I told you that I first became aware of your work because I was working on going coastal, and we'd see all the Winter Sleep videos came in. I was always blown away by what you did with their music, and I think the thing that always struck me about what you did and what I've seen you do since is that how you create these worlds in your video. Like, it's very unique. And I guess the first thing I want to ask you is what music videos or films or filmmakers influenced you and brought you to this place, because it's a very unique style that you have for making music videos.
I guess a lot of people. Probably the Spike Jonze Gondry sort of vibe played a pretty big influence. Probably just goes back to being a kid and really liking handmade stuff and that sort of artistry around it, and going to art school and making and failing, trying to do things and seeing people around me do it better and hoping to hopefully work with them on things like this.
Now, you know, this band had already had a lot of success online and doing these kind of one-shot videos, so it's something that they were definitely accustomed to doing. It doesn't make it any easier, but they're, you know, I would imagine a little, you know, they knew what they were doing when it came to doing a one take thing. But what I wanted to ask you was about the set, because the more you watch it, you see the specifics of all the things that are made from the cardboard boxes. How long a process was that? Like, how much work went into that set?
This project came about really sort of a weird way. I got a call from somebody who was drinking with somebody on a Friday night in London. They're drinking with a friend of mine who's a quantum physicist up at Cambridge. And then this is a person at an ad agency in the UK who's working for a mobile phone company that was using a crappy version of this song for their mobile phone ad. It's either really cold in here or I'm nervous. I don't know.
It's cold.
So they wanted to kind of hop on the viral powers of these guys who had done all their crazy one-take videos, which the camera's not moving in. So that was a whole other other dimension. They didn't have to move. Well, they do some incredible guitar stuff, incredible live stuff. And I got a call from this person at an agency saying, "Hey, we're doing this video. It's little boxes. Want to do something on, like, maybe a little set with some boxes on it?" I said, "Okay, cool. Like, can you recommend any art department people?" I said, "Well, sure." And then that was the end of that call. And then probably a few hours went by, and I got another call from the same person saying, "Hey, can you recommend some producers in Toronto? We want to come here and sort of shoot it, and they're nearby." So yeah, I can recommend some producers. And then a few hours went by, and they called me back and said, "Do you want to direct this at all?" So like, "Well, when do you guys want to do it?" And they're like, "Well, it's probably about 6 days from now." I said, "Oh, that's rather insane. I'm shooting a basketball doc in New York in like six days, so I can shoot it in 5 days." So they said okay, and I immediately called all the talented people I know that love working in cardboard, and they hated me for it, and then it's probably about one friend sat down with him and we kind of did a rough design for the layout of the space, and then another friend, I called him up to try and pull a little team together of people to work on stuff. Then we hit Queen Street looking for cardboard. And we ordered a few skids of other cardboard, but a lot of it's repurposed stuff. So like, it's cool to see it this big, to see all the little details in there. But yeah, the whole thing, once like I wrote a little bit of a treatment and we finally got approved, it was probably built in about 3.5, 4 days at most. Like, it was a mad rush, and like just sort of randomly whatever we can get done. So there's tiny little robots in the background, and the art team really kind of killed it and did awesome stuff with it.
Okay, so let's go back to the one shot, because I didn't want to diminish it. Like, it's
no.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But it is, and I guess the first question is how much planning went into that beginning? I mean, you did your storyboards, you knew where the camera moves wanted to be. Did you know where no, it was none of that.
We actually talked about doing the video with a number of shots, and in my head I was thinking that, okay, well, we had 2 cameras, and we're gonna like probably try and spray the room, because we had the band for half a day, because at that point they were being asked to do commercials all over the place, and everyone kind of want to hop on their momentum. but and they were writing and composing the song for that, so it was weird to actually had a hand in that too, and trying to talk about how to introduce the instrumentation, so it wasn't everybody beginning at once, and we're sort of slowly kind of easing them all out. What was the question? We were talking about other one shot.
Yeah.
So we had. I had in mind that it would be a fairly ambitious thing to try and do in one shot, but I know the band had done a number of things in one shot, so it'd be cool to kind of keep that vibe going. But in half a day to kind of bring in all your gear and lighting it all, that takes time. Let alone rehearsing a song that they're still learning and trying to figure out as of 4 days ago. So I walked around and I worked with an incredible cinematographer named Sammy Anaya, and he had an incredible Steadicam guy named Mike Heathcote, who's a really young guy. But we walked around the set, and I said, okay, well, the first shot starts here, and then it goes over here, and then the next shot starts here and goes over here. Next shot goes over here, and it was all sort of designed to sort of link up, so that at the end of the day, I could say, hey, that was a great day. What do you say we try and do it in one take? Let's try and do that. And he just kind of looked at all the shots and said, we could probably do this in one take. I'm like, great, if you think we can do that, and let's do that. So, yeah.
So the $1 million question is how many takes?
The first take.
Yeah.
It was actually about 8. So
8? That's pretty good.
It was pretty good, and the band had to get out of there. We actually shot the one take first, and then went and shot the multiple stuff after that. So we just wasted the rest of our day.
Well, congratulations,
Thanks, man.